I would definitely have to say that one of the big concerns for Star Wars Episode 9 is, of course, exactly how will J.J. Abrams end the movie. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, I believe it's pretty safe to say that when we look at J.J. Abrams, he is the man that started the sequel trilogy, and he is back for Episode 9. And with that being said, a lot of people say this, that he's a great fixer, however not the greatest closer when it comes to a lot of movies and TV shows out there that he has worked on before in the past. And that's honestly, concerning a lot of fans around the world on exactly how will J.J. Abrams end Episode 9. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc. But when it comes to J.J. Abrams, what's really interesting is that Abrams is not only planning to use Episode 9 as a film that will combine the past 8 movies and elements of those films into Star Wars Episode 9, but one interesting aspect for Episode 9 is that apparently J.J. Abrams has a goal for Episode 9's ending by combining elements of Revenge of the Sith's ending and Return of the Jedi's ending with some new elements added into the mix to make something truly unpredictable to fans around the world. It's said that the ending will be emotionally satisfying while also a tragic one for one or even two of our main characters in the film. So I wanted to go over a couple of scenarios that could very well happen. Now, judging by all of this, what's really interesting to me is mixing elements from Revenge of the Sith's ending and Return of the Jedi's in Episode 9 with new elements added in as well, in order to just really make this a unique ending for Episode 9. And I think that since this is the final Skywalker saga film, it definitely does need to end in a totally different way and stand on its own from previous endings of Star Wars films. So with that being said, the thing that I do want to focus on is Kylo Ren and Rey. The whole idea of an emotionally satisfying ending with tragedy, alright? It sounds like to me that we could, and this is just an idea, they could very well be going down the Romeo and Juliet type of scenario, where perhaps both characters, Kylo Ren and Rey, will perish in Episode 9, and the characters to live on will be, Poe, Finn, all those characters, right? The new characters that J.J. Abrams is introducing and stuff like that. That's just a possibility. When I hear tragic for one or even two of our main characters, I'm thinking death. That's what I'm thinking about. Or maybe something far worse than death if J.J. Abrams wants to do something around those lines. To me, something that was far worse than death for Anakin Skywalker was turning into Darth Vader with his injuries, the constant pain that he deals with every single day, the fact that he is basically a slave again, under, of course, the manipulation of Emperor Palpatine. It's a very interesting way to look at it, how Anakin was a slave as a child, he was later freed, became a Jedi, became a slave again, as this Sith Lord trapped in this suit. So they could be doing something around those lines with either Kylo Ren or Rey, where the tragedy is something worse than death in this film. Now, I wanted to also focus on what type of elements we could expect to see in the ending, the fact that it's going to be borrowing some elements from Revenge of the Sith and Return of the Jedi. So to me, this sounds like it's going to be a mixture of a happy and a sad ending for Episode 9. I don't think it's going to be like a complete, positive ending. I think that there's going to be a lot of losses. I think there's going to be a lot of unexpected deaths in this movie, kind of like with Avengers Infinity War. And it does line up with the fact that they are trying to do something spectacular with this movie by really introducing the most characters out of every single Star Wars movie to date. So, with that being said, guys, I really would love to hear what you guys have to say about all of this below in the comments. Do you think that combining elements from Revenge of the Sith and Return of the Jedi's endings into the ending of Episode 9, of course, while also adding new elements, is that a good idea? Is that a bad idea? Could that turn out to be a big mess for Episode 9? What do you think about all of that? Because, to me, that seems honestly quite intriguing, because they could do a lot of crazy things. They could borrow elements from those two films, as well as add in new elements by JJ and Chris Terrio. So, the fact that it's going to be an unpredictable ending, it's really a very interesting thing to bring up, because, well, we really have no clue exactly where our characters are going. Is this movie really going to end on a cliffhanger, or is everything going to be resolved in episode 9? Is it going to leave open the possibility for an episode 10 that will continue a future bloodline that's connected to Rey or Kylo Ren, perhaps? You know, the possibilities really are endless. But anyways, guys, I would really love to hear what you guys think and what you have to say about this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.